Hey guys, what's going on? Church of Darkness right here. Um, First of all, how you guys doing today? Oh, I'm just here chilling. I was cleaning the house. Today's my day off from work. Um, Hope you guys are having a good December. It's Christmas, such as it is, especially during this year. But today, I figure what the hell, I'm gonna do a special video. We're gonna talk about tarot cards. I'm gonna show you guys my decks of tarot cards and how to use them and which ones I prefer. I'll give you guys some cool techniques, but what I want to do before that is show you guys some books I've been going through. Because as I said, this channel is going to start getting into the more paranormal aspect. You know, talking about ghosts and all this stuff. So first of all, the book I've been reading lately is this one, The Ghost Hunter Survival Guide. This is a really cool book. It talks about what it takes to be a paranormal investigator, not just be like a showman like they do on TV. It talks about how you have to prepare yourself both mentally and spiritually, building, armor and barriers against yourself against these forces out there. Because ever since I had that experience I told you guys about with the demonic, I found my perception of things have changed quite drastically a bit about certain things I used to believe and didn't believe in. So that's a really good book. I bought this one recently called Deliver Us from Evil. It's about a cop in New York who started investigating the supernatural after many occurrences he had as a detective in the New York Police Department, and he trained. Let's go find a picture, which is one of the reasons why I picked it up. He trained with Ed and Lorraine Warren. Now, I've spoken about them in previous videos. Ed and Lorraine Warren, for me, are they're idols for me in terms of the paranormal. I've read all their books. I've listened to a lot of their lectures and all that. I came in late. Excuse me. I came in late to the paranormal stuff because excuse me. I'm sorry. In my younger days, I had experiences with ghosts and all this stuff, right? But how much of it you look back on, you say, "Wait a minute," it starts to make sense. When you get older, you start to maybe say, "Oh, maybe it was just my imagination. Maybe it was just me, adolescence kind of thing." But then when you get older, you start thinking about it. You start reading stories about people who have had similar experiences, and you think, "Wait a minute, I'm not crazy. This is real stuff." And one of these days, I'll get into some of those stories I had growing up with ghosts, and as much as recently this year and year before last. Because ever since I started getting involved with ghosts and the study of ghosts, parapsychology, there's been really intense, you know, experiences I've had, situations I've been in, other people that have didn't believe in this stuff suddenly, hanging out with me and we're talking about this stuff, have had things happen to them, both here at my house and in their personal lives. Excuse me, I'm taking a hit. Oh, I love nicotine, my only vice. So, anyways, we got another book here called Hostage of the Devil by Malachi Martin. Malachi Martin was a Catholic priest who did, well, I should say, conducted lots of exorcisms. And this is his book about how in the 90s, in the early 80s, uh, exorcism was going to be a big thing. He was starting to see the presence of whatever you want to call it, the devil, or whatever dark forces are out there. My brother, he's a priest actually in Chicago, and he sent me some books because I told him I have an interest in exorcism and all that, and I want to protect my house. He sent me the Roman Ritual. These are just the volumes of it. I have them marked up with some things I've been reading in there. There's an interesting passage. I think it's in volume 1. Yeah, right here. Just gonna show you guys. This is the Roman Ritual on exorcism. Man, above all, the Christian must be reckoned with the realm of the Prince of Darkness and his legions, not presuming that Satan has no existence outside the product of fable, superstition, or fragment, an error epidemic and materialist, of any age, not minimizing his power or the human person, or in human affairs, without on hand of seeing him lurk in every nook, and without on the other hand of seeing him lurk in service. Sorry, I'm not used to reading to people out loud. Like some of the ancient desert fathers, or for that matter, like a certain exotic cults of the present day. There is a world of demons as revealed religion teaches, and even if revelation were not so absolute, we could conjure that the devil is a real person, and that his way of subway is tremendous. Sway, sorry, I said subway. A legitimate interference from the magnitude of evil to which our times, no less than past history, bear witness. Something to think about. Here's another one called Mystics and Miracles. This one is pretty interesting. I want to read it. Because I'm fascinated with mysticism and people who've experienced, you know, genuine miracles in their lives. I believe miracles do happen. We just have to open our minds to it, you know. Here's another one. This one's a history of Aleister Crowley and the Ouija board. It's kind of like a history / how-to guide to properly use the board. It's actually really fascinating. Here's another one. Father Gabriel Amorth. You may have seen the documentary or heard of it called The Devil and Father Amorth, that was directed by William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist. Father Amorth wrote a book called Nexus Explains the Demonic, which is basically the Catholic, or I should say this man's particular view of exorcism and what the demonic does, because he was a first-rate exorcist. And the documentary is really fascinating because William Friedkin was allowed to attend an exorcist going in with a camera just like I have here. And the footage he captured is really captivating. It's in no way a fake. It's in no way special effects. It's just someone holding a camera, and the way the woman's voice changes and her reactions to the priest is... Hang on a second, guys.